Welcome in to more Ticket to Ride here on the Sorcerer Network. My name is Sorcerer Matt. Oh, hang on. Sorry. What's going on here? I do not want to play 4-player. I want to play the Arena, where we are in the top 300, with only 4 days to go. Probably each day, I will be recording a couple videos, so the season will end on July 11th, but you will not know my placing until after all the videos release. So, yeah, absolutely. You will have to be shrouded in mystery for a good 3-4 days to see where I end. So, we are having some we're making some. I really should go back and look at what my record is. I suppose probably Board Game Arena tracks that, so I probably could look into that information. Okay, Los Angeles to New York, Portland to Nashville is definitely, if we can complete these routes, is going to be the best way to go. There's a lot of ways we can do this. So we could go. I think this is going to be a situation where it is, let's see what comes to us and then go from there. Probably we're going to want to connect Los Angeles, now we're definitely going to want to do that with what we have as a starting thing. We're probably going to connect Portland, San Francisco to Los Angeles. We could think about going Portland to Salt Lake City. The thing I don't like about this is that while this route of 6 is excellent, I don't like that he's taking pink too. No bueno. I guess I could take green as well. This is an extra route, and the payoff isn't necessarily there. I mean, you're looking at 14 points versus 15. I guess it is pretty significant. 19, 21. I don't know. I guess maybe I'm speaking out two sides of my mouth here, but I don't know. I just don't see it as advantageous. I guess if we do that, we probably want to go down below here, which means we want to save the green and not do green here from Portland to San Francisco, but that might just be what we have to do depending on what my opponent is doing. I don't love that my opponent's taking green because that usually means El Paso to Houston or Portland to San Francisco, and I really don't love that my opponent is taking pink. That is not what I like to see. Grab this yellow because I probably want to get this route here. I'm not entirely sure what we're doing here, which may be my downfall in this game. Okay, but I do love that, and I do love that. I guess yellow here would be great to be able to go Los Angeles to San Francisco. So hey, look, that's why I'm grabbing yellow. Once we get up into this East Coast, the Nashville, New York area, there's just so many options. Not that there's not options out west, but I just feel like there's less very high scoring options. And that just creates more challenges if you can't complete what you want to complete. Okay. Do I care about that? I'm going to grab this white. Do I care about that? Do I really care about that? I guess I care about it if he comes into Pittsburgh, but also I don't really care about that either. Okay, yeah, I don't. I think I need to. Remember when I said that there's a lot of options and I don't need to panic about this? I'm not. I do need some more yellow, though. Would love to go yellow here. Okay. We're honestly in pretty great shape to start this route. Just don't have the ender to it. Which we're fine. We've still got plenty of cards to go. I'm only at 24 cards with 45 trains. Okay, that is totally fine. Totally fine with that. Okay. I am. This would be a situation where I maybe would want to grab Houston to New Orleans, except that my opponent is over here. So my caring of what my opponent is doing over here, just I shouldn't care about it. I shouldn't care about it. So I'm just going to, just not going to. This green would not be the worst thing, because if we decide to do up to Little Rock and over to Nashville and then up to Pittsburgh and then kind of scoot back over here, I don't mind that. Oh, I already took something. Oh yeah, I took that green and then I took a hidden train card. Look at me talk and not pay attention to what's going on. I would like another pink. And I still have plenty of train cards that I need to draw. Like, I still need to, and I'm just not feeling the pressure. I'm just not feeling the pressure. Especially now that he's past New York, it's unlikely that he decides to backtrack into Pittsburgh. Could. And in fact, I guess that would be really bad if he decided to backtrack into Pittsburgh, because I do need to get into New York. But I'm gonna just assume he's not going to. That would be a really strange play. So I am going to grab another white. Another white is great. And then, I don't know. At this point, I'm just drawing. At this point, I'm drawing because I think I've got what I need in order to complete the route that I want to. But now I'm just looking for... I want to be able to... Ooh, I don't love that. Okay, so now I want to go pink. Yeah, I do not love that you played something over here. Get out of here. I guess he could have Seattle to New York. That is a possibility. But yeah, don't love that. Okay, so now... I guess I am going to need some more yellow long term. Do I care about that? I think the answer is no. Okay, yellow. I think it was better to draw a yellow there than it was to, try to block what my opponent was doing there. Okay. I am a little bit concerned that my opponent is going to grab Los Angeles to El Paso here. However, it does seem like the more critical thing is to connect up Portland to Salt Lake City, which, if I wanted to be a very, very defensive player, I could try to grab some blue and do that. But, okay, so I am going to grab this just to make sure that my opponent doesn't try any funny business. Okay, it looks like he's trying to connect this way. Interesting. My opponent's doing a very good job at masking what exactly is going on, because I don't know. I would really love this yellow, but if my opponent is doing what I think he is doing, pretty sure my opponent's going to grab it. Yeah. Okay, we're going to go here and here. Yeah. So, I mean, maybe we adapt this route slightly. Maybe I look at a black here instead of grabbing this 4 route. Let's go black and, I don't know, this pink. Yeah, sure. Why not? Okay, so now I have enough to go out. I'm feeling fairly good about where we're at. I think the route that we're going to take is a good route. A little bit nervous about the optimal nature of how things are going to go. Not worried about the pace. Even my opponent has 13 less cards than trains, so not worried about that at all. Probably want to grab Houston to New Orleans here. And then Nashville to Atlanta. So, okay, so he's grabbing destination tickets. Because I'm going to use go up this way. So to Atlanta, Nashville, Raleigh, Pittsburgh, New York is probably what we want to do. So I don't need threes. I need pairs. I got to be a little bit careful here. My opponent doesn't strike me as a defensive player, especially with I'm not going that way. I'm just doing this. I guess I am a little bit worried about going down into New Orleans now. That would be a little bit of a bummer. Not really. Now that I'm looking at that, do I just do this to this and then? Yeah. Wait a minute. So white. Maybe I didn't need to grab this. Maybe that was a mistake. Okay. I still think we're fine. So now we can go there. And okay, this is a little bit of a tricky situation, but not the worst thing. So we can go like this. That completes Portland to Nashville. Then we go like this. That completes there. And if I go 5, if I just go 5 down to, so if I go like this, and then I grab a route of 3, which we're just going to grab any route of 3 that we can. Feeling good, especially with my opponent's drawing train cards. Feeling good about where we're at. So, done a really nice job in the last, 4 or 5 games. Just, my opponents have been not on pace. Very much not on pace, and it's led to some pretty landslide victories. Clearly he is not connected up into what he wants to be. 2 wilds at the end. And then also having Portland to Nashville, Los Angeles to New York. Vancouver to Santa Fe doesn't get done. Chicago to Santa Fe doesn't get done. Montreal to Atlanta, and Seattle to Los Angeles. So what I assume happened is, again, he completed these. I think what's happening is my opponents are saying, oh, I've completed my first 2 routes. So hang on, let's let this do its little dance. We're going to go up just a little bit more. I assume what my opponents are doing is they're saying, look, I've completed Montreal to Atlanta, and I've completed Seattle to Los Angeles. How great is that? And then it isn't out of the question to be like, oh, Vancouver to Santa Fe, Chicago to Santa Fe. That's really great. I'm near Santa Fe. I just connect all this over. It's going to be so nice. But that's just too much to do. Vancouver to Santa Fe, just grabbing that one would have been, I think, a decent move. But grabbing both was just too much. These games are too quick for that. All right, so we're sticking around in the top 300. We're on a roll here with 4 days to go. Hey, if you are enjoying this content, hit that subscribe button. As I said in the last video, my goal is 50 subscribers by the end of July. That is my goal. So that's really, unfortunately, I have very little control over that goal other than creating content. So, and asking. So I will continue to ask and create content because that is what I have in control. Okay, so we get the same opponent again. Which is good and bad, because my opponent's going to know how I'm going to play. So Los Angeles to Miami, Seattle to Los Angeles. That's a pretty slam dunk, if you ask me. So green, pink, yellow, black, red is what we're looking for. And then maybe we can go like green or no, we got to go pink. I mean, if we go pink, I guess. But, we could look to extend out to Helena for a longest train. But feeling good about this. Love if we could just get this is another favorite route of mine. It just is always, Houston to New Orleans is sometimes a little bit of a challenge to try to get. I'm looking at the starting cards down here, too. I hope I go first because, bummer. Because I would really love, like, all of these cards. Really just all of them. Could I have all of them? Just, can that be a new rule that happens is I just get all of these cards? That would be fantastic. Don't love that you're trying to grab green. That is not what I like to see. Not the worst thing in the world. Again, like, plenty of things you could be... Ooh, interesting. Taking red as well. Okay, well, an inauspicious start because my opponent took 4 things that I want. Never a great way to start. Grabbing some wilds here is not the worst thing. Yellow is not the worst thing here because I'm going to want to go pink, yellow. Because if I want to go El Paso to Houston, I'm going to need the green here. All right, that is slightly annoying. However, knowing that, it means that we are now looking at needing yellow to kind of work our way down into Los Angeles. So the plan to go this southern route is still here, but now we need to kind of adapt what we're doing this way. So yellow is going to be necessary, pink, orange, and then this pair to get in here. Probably at this point, that's going to be blue. I'm going to grab some red. Man, this is another, like, can I just have it all? I would like everything. I would like everything on board. Really, blue is the only thing I don't really want. Though, actually, I do want that, because then that would be my pair into Los Angeles. So, little bit concerned that we do not have any black at this point. I mean, we still got a long way to go in terms of the gaining of cards, but it's just not something that you love to see when you've already gone through, a handful of turns here. But we've got the pink, we've got the orange. We'll grab one of these blue next turn. Yeah, see, I don't love that he's taking green as well. There's a black. Yeah, I don't love that he's taking, and the fact that he grabbed Seattle to Portland, little concerning, and the fact that he's probably grabbing this yellow says to me that is he going this way, and do I need to maybe get a little bit more aggressive? And I think the answer is yes. I'm concerned about him going down this way. Now, the problem is I would really love green and black, and I think it is more important that I grab those. I mean, I'm not totally blocked out of Seattle. If he does grab Seattle to Helena, I can go up to Calgary and come down. That's not an ideal route, but it is a route nonetheless. Yeah, I don't want to screw around with this. And even, I think, depending on what's on board, I may just complete down to Los Angeles here. So, like, go blue here. And then... Okay, yeah, then we're going to grab this. Unlikely that he has more pink because he used the pink here. So, okay, that is fine. That is very fine. So now we are looking for, yes, black, green. Like, these colors are what we're looking for. And I'll pick up a pair here. Would love it if, like, my colors got pulled there. However, grabbing a black there is not the worst thing in the world. Okay, so, we're both kind of competing for this West Coast area, which is fine. I don't... Okay, I don't think that's completely... Just grab this white for the pair. We've adapted as necessary, and we're still feeling good about where we're sitting on board. Wilds are always welcome. Yeah, I'm concerned that I only have 2 green and 3 black. Now again, I do have plenty of cards that I need to draw. But considering my opponent is down in this area and was grabbing all that green earlier, That's what concerns me about that he's going to grab that. I mean, the hope is that he goes El Paso to Dallas. I do now have the 6 black, which is very nice. Okay, that is really annoying. To the point where I'm going to do this out of spite. I'm a little bit resentful of how that ended. So I'm doing that out of spite. So I am going to grab this just to make sure that no funny business happens there. So now we are looking at, we are going to go, how do we do this? Okay. Blue or red is probably the most likely scenario. Because we can come down it through Atlanta, or we can just do the normal route. The problem is we had to use red to go across here, which may have been a little bit premature, but I was feeling spiteful. This has been a game where my opponent has taken a lot of stuff on board that I wanted. Probably more likely that we go the blue route. So I am going to grab... I think we can go the blue route with an alternative pink route kind of plan here, but it all hinges on getting into Atlanta here. So let's do that. Okay. I'm gonna grab white here. And then I now need to go back. Okay, well, do I care about that? I don't think I do. I don't think my opponent is trying to block me. I think my opponent is trying to connect up his own stuff. Okay, that's fine. So now I really need... I need to draw up to a point of things. Okay, so actually, there's a blue, and I can also grab a wild, and there's 5. Okay, so I'm going to grab this, because that's 5 blue right there. So, and then we're going to grab 2 off the top, because now that is enough to go out. And then this is a game we're also going to, with what he's trying to do, I'm absolutely going to play a little bit defensively here. There's no way that he is going to be allowed to just connect this up. Like, that, just, sorry, no. You're not connecting that up. It's just not happening. Yeah. I can go pink here. I mean, I suppose he could have 2 green or 2 white here. So I'm just going to do that. Like, you're not going to connect it up. So I'm going to grab this. And then, going to grab this. So now that completes. It would be like me to completely forget to connect up my own route. But yeah, so this very much, just completely blocked my opponent. He's trying to connect Seattle to New York. 100% he is trying to connect Seattle to New York. And I'm just not going to allow him to do that. This is where you do have to make sure that you are not completely telegraphing where you're wanting to go. This is where what I would have done, well, here, hang on. We're going to finish the game, but then I'm going to kind of explain what my thought process. Yeah, there's Seattle to New York. He was very much, I like his idea that, he had San Francisco to Atlanta. And so, was going to just do this wide sweeping route. Love the thought process behind it. But here's where I would have done a little bit different. Had he done this stuff first, I wouldn't have given it a second thought. because like if he goes New York and just kind of New York just putzes along here at the beginning, cool. I don't care about that. I'm not caring about it. And then down the road, if he's trying to connect all this stuff up, it's less likely that I have 4 oranges, 4 yellows. Or I'm trying to see what other routes are here that he grabbed. Like it's more unlikely that I have 3 blues. I believe Santa Fe to Oklahoma City is a 3 blue route. Whereas it is very plausible that I have 2 of something. And so blocking him is not hard to do. At that point, I'm like, well, why am I not doing this? At that point, I'm just letting my opponent go and do whatever they want. And so, in these types of cases, I love the plan of my opponent. It was just way too easy to figure out what my opponent was trying to do. And even in here, the El Paso to Dallas, like we have a mini block here that, okay, he was able to route around, but it took him some more time. But this was just so easy of like yes, this is where you're going. Now, this was also, I wanted to go El Paso to Houston, and because he had grabbed Houston to Dallas, I couldn't continue this and get out of Houston. So I just, again, did a little bit of a spite play there. All right, so let's, so that's one thing, especially in the 2-player game. In the 4-player game, because of the double routes, it's just a whole lot easier to be able to say this is what I'm doing, and it's just a lot harder to block. Okay, let me think here. Probably okay. I think we stick East Coast here, and we go Boston to Miami, Denver to Pittsburgh. I think we can do we can do a really interesting route here, especially with the cards that we have, where we come out of Miami to get over to Denver. And then we can, so let's grab that. And then let's just grab something off the top, because I'll need something off the top. Really, the question is kind of what we do here on the East Coast. And I'm thinking what I want to do is go Boston to New York, into Pittsburgh, down to Nashville, Atlanta, into Miami, and then out is I think my ideal route. Obviously, the ideal route is not always the route that we end up taking, but let's kind of move towards that right now. Especially that we've got 3 blue, 3 red. That to me says this plan is really, really nice. That's slightly annoying, but not annoying enough for me to like really care about it. I don't know why I grabbed that pink, but I did. So, I don't think that changes my plan all that much outside of we're just going to jet up to Little Rock now. And then maybe try to like go Oklahoma City. And because I guess if we needed to grab more red, we could. We already have 5 and it's early on in the game. But, yeah, that doesn't completely kill. And I'm glad I know it now so I can adapt to it. Okay. Okay. Okay, I want green. And I want this yellow. I suppose I should grab this red. I am thinking. I'm thinking very hard about what I want to do here. Okay. I probably should grab this blue card right here. Okay. I am going to grab this with white. Because I need to connect up something here. Okay, that's fine. That is fine. Okay, this blue I need to remember to take, and then, hey, I need this yellow. Okay, awesome. Awesome. Cool. All right, so I'm assuming he wanted to go Montreal into New Orleans, which is totally fine. You do you. So this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about in terms of like masking what I'm doing a little bit. So I'm gonna grab this red. Right now, I'm going to go with my opponent is not going to care at all if I just start grabbing these two routes. If this were me, I'm like, whatever, I really don't care. I do not care if you want to grab these two routes. You do you, man. So I'm going to grab this. So that's Boston to Miami. So now we're just looking to connect up Denver and Pittsburgh. Which if I can do that in one continuous train, I would like to do it. So there's that. I'm just going to kind of leave that alone and now kind of try to do some other stuff. And this is going to be a situation where I'm going to kind of want to draw, I believe. Because I am wanting to make sure that I can go out here. I do have 6 pink, which is always very, very nice, because I can just grab, like, honestly, I'm tempted to grab Winnipeg. Well, never mind. I'm tempted to grab Winnipeg to Sault Ste. Marie, just as like a block of the longest train, as well as, grabbing the points. Okay, so I'm assuming he had Winnipeg to Houston and Montreal to New Orleans is my assumption of what he had. I honestly like that my opponent is drawing more destination tickets here, as crazy as that sounds. I'm kind of into it because it means that my opponent probably is going to try, and I'm hoping that he bit off a little bit more than he can chew, and that I can just kind of swoop in here and take it. So again, so this is going to be the exact situation I was talking about. So I want to grab New Orleans to Little Rock to Oklahoma City to Denver. But I'm going to do this first because it is more likely that my opponent has a pair of anything versus 3 green and 4 red. So if he's trying to block me, which he did, that's fine. Because ultimately at this point, I didn't need to connect that up, and really I just forced him into executing a block that he may not have wanted to. But I would rather take the chance here. Had I gone New Orleans to Little Rock, there's a great chance that he just says, "Oh, well then you're clearly wanting to go this way. I'm just going to block you." Now, alternatively, if I went New Orleans to Little Rock, he could have been like, I could be going anywhere. There's literally 1,000 places I could be going. Same thing, same logic here, though. It is more likely that my opponent has a pair of pinks or a pair of blues than 4 blacks, 4 oranges, or 5 greens. So same thing, just probability-wise. More likely that my opponent has this than has 5 green. So I'm just playing the probability game. Little bit obnoxious that this does not trigger the final round. However, again, look at the disparity here on board. With what I know of what these destination tickets are, I'm not worried. And at this point, he's looking for something. He needs something, and he didn't hit it. And so we are going to absolutely 100% take advantage of it, trigger the final round, and I said this last video, there are going to be very, very few games where you play 8 less trains than your opponent and win. He did close the gap a little bit there, so I'm assuming he grabbed Vancouver to Montreal and was looking for like the last white and just couldn't find it. So, and longest train isn't going to matter, even though, nope, I don't have it. So yeah, very, very close there. But yeah, anytime someone's drawing over the amount of trains that they have, it usually is shoot, I need to, I'm trying to find a color. So, hey, look at that. We are pushing the top 200 here. We're in the top 250 in the final push here. So, hopefully we can keep this ball rolling here, or this train going. Zing. Yeah, and see if we can kind of climb the ranks here in the last days of this arena season. So, all right. Thanks so much for watching, everyone, and we will see you next time.